Hello and welcome to my Flosstube channel, Catherine Stitches. I'm Catherine and this is my channel about cross stitch. It is Sunday the 10th of August and this is Flosstube number 31. I was going to film yesterday but I just ran out of time, so yes, I'm back today. So this will be my last 2 weeks progress and then sort of like my July like wrap up video as well. So yeah, okay, so worked on a total of 8 projects the past 2 weeks, 2 new starts and 6 whips. So I'll start with the new starts as always. So the first one I started is Dragon Artist. This is artwork by Nini Thomas. Sorry, I'm just making sure I mention Dawn Marie because she's doing this one as well. And yeah, I've been talking about starting it for a while. So this is charted by Paint Free Crafts. 32 count Easycount Murano, 1/1/10 using CXC. And I only got 2 stitchy sessions on this one. For a total of just 361 stitches, and this is 0.11%. Yeah, so it's quite nice. My throat's a wee bit weird today. Second new start I cannot show because it is a bit of a secret stitch, but I got 151 stitches on that just for stat purposes. Okay, onto the whips. This is in no order, this is kind of just how I picked them up. So the first one is Pink Spring. This is artwork by Edward Jose, charted by Stitches So Beautiful, done on 25 count Easycount Lugana, 2/1/10 using all the cottons. This got this just got 1 stitch session, sorry, and I put in 979 stitches, so put a little bit of work in here, but sort of tried to move down to the darker colours. So this is at 8.38%. So yeah, you can see that tree coming in. The mock-up is a little pixelated, so I am a little bit worried that this isn't going to look like super clear. Also for this one, the camera's not picking it up. I was doing this one by page, so I wonder, can you see it at all? There is a page line here and it's like quite indented there, so I'm not doing this one by page anymore. I'm just sort of doing 10 by 10 blocks and then you know, stitching out the thread in that area, because that's the first project that actually it's there. You can't really see, well, maybe like slightly there. So yeah, I don't want that. I mean, from a distance you can't see, but I can notice it in various lights, and there's like a little bit of an indent in the fabric there. So I don't want that. I don't know whether the bottom of the page will be the same. There probably will be when I get a few more stitches in. So I'm not doing by page on that. I don't know why. Do you know what I think it was actually? Because some of the Stitches So Beautiful charts, they only pick up, for the first page, they only pick up the symbols in the first page for some reason, and then the symbols outside of that first page are almost like separately charted. I don't know why. So when the first page, say for example you clicked on one of the symbols, it would only show the symbols on that first page, it wouldn't show them all in the chart. I don't know why. My beautiful and Enchanted Place is the same, and I accidentally deleted one of the symbols, so I've got that to deal with next time I pick that one up. So that's that one. The next one, sorry, is my Kieran and Back in Echo, which I'm probably not pronouncing. This is artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This is done on 32 count Easycount Merino 1/110 using CXC. And I'm actually loving this so much. This is so nice. So this got 4 stitchy sessions and I added 1,479 stitches, and this is at 0.78%. These greens are just absolutely, oh, I'm just loving working on these greens. I don't know what it is, but and to look at it, oh, it just looks wonderful. I enabled Stuart to get this one as well. So yeah, he's got this now too. So Stuart, you'll maybe start this at some stage with me and we can race each other. Yeah, oh, it's just lovely. So yeah, that is that. I need to keep that out because there's a bit of haul associated with that chart. Okay, so Wednesday, I'm just trying to work out what way to do it. On Wednesday, the season 2 of Wednesday was released of this week. So yeah, I'm just trying to just make sure that that's when I did work on that. Yeah, so Wednesday the 6th, I worked on my Wednesday project. So this is artwork by Will Shrike, charted by Thread Geeks. This is done on 28 count Easycount Brittany 2/110 using cottons. This got 2 stitchy sessions and I added 1,246 stitches. So again, I was doing this by page, but I'm not. I'm just kind of stitching out my thread, so I sort of worked a little bit. It's getting so thick. I worked just down. You can see where I added more stitches there. Obviously this is Jenna Ortega, so you can, I think you can see that it is her. This does not have a percentage because I am not stitching the white background. So yeah, it's especially down like here, the sort of demarcation zones, it's a bit tricky, and there is a bit in the chart where she's got a white collar on and it's a bit of background and a bit of white collar, and I don't know how I'm gonna tackle that, but yeah, I'm just kind of avoiding that for now. So yeah, I love her. So that's that one. Next one is Bunkers Abound. I really wanted to work on a full cross project, so I picked this one up. This is artwork by Sambataro 2019. This is charted by Charting Creations, done on 25 count Easycount Lugana, 1/1 full cross using cottons, and I only got 1 stitching session put into it. So you're probably not going to see much difference. 140 stitches for 0.46%. Yeah, sort of like very light pinks and stuff, and yeah, if anyone's been watching my videos lately, I'm not really into the light stitching at the minute. I'm more into the darker colours, so, but I just wanted some full cross on 25 count, so, and this was in the hoop, so I thought, okay, we'll go for it. So the next one I picked up, I haven't picked this one up in quite some time. This is Wonderland. This is artwork by Daniel Kordek, charted by Tilton Crafts. This is done on 25 count even weave, not gridded. 1/1 full, no, yes, I was doing it 1/1 full cross. I switched to 2/110 using CXC. I'm continuing with that way. This got 2 stitchy sessions. I'm sorry, there is some parked threads because I was stitching this by page, but again, I'm just so worried about the page lines now. I've stopped that. So this got 840 stitches added and it's at 8.82%, so sort of just been trying to fill in per block. I'm now sort of filling in all this. This is all sort of 3865, and so I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. So yeah, she's looking good. So that was fun, and I love that needle minder. Drink me. Yeah, I use those magnetic these sort of to keep the fabric sort of wrinkled at the back. And you get out of the way of using needle, well, I do get out of the way from using needle minders because these are magnetic. And I've got a whole stash of needle minders in there, so I need to remember to put them on the projects and not just use those, because I mean, they're so fun, and yeah, I don't know. Okay, if anyone follows me on Instagram, they will know what is next. And if anyone's been following along, they know that season 2 of Wednesday was released on Wednesday, and my goal 2 weeks ago was to try to get this finished. I didn't know how many stitches I'd left, but I knew it was probably in the region of about 20,000 stitches, and I thought, am I going to get that done in 2 weeks? I did. I did. And oh, sorry, I haven't washed her yet or done anything with her. This is her. She is done. So I'll bring you in. Yeah. The fabric is a little warped. She is sort of slanting a little bit to one side. She's kind of going down towards my elbow here, but it's fine. I'll show you the back. So it's a mess, but it's not too messy. I mean, the majority of what I had left was block stitching. So I had sort of was up here the last time, well, you'll be able to see from the photograph. And basically, yeah, I just had to start work. It was the last column of pages. So I worked down, and one of these was my last stitch over here. So, I mean, that is looking like there's a lot of white showing, but it's because I'm right in front of my window that it's not that bad when you, God, it looks so bad, but yeah. So she's done, full of cat hair. So I didn't even share what the details are. So this is Wednesday and Cat. This is artwork by Sphinx Design Studio. I'll hold her up like this. Charted by Stitches So Beautiful, 25 count Easycount Lugana, 2 over 110 in. She has everything. So she's got cottons, she's got CXC. So 11 stitchy sessions. It took me 11 days to finish her. I didn't even work on her the full 14 days. I put in a total of 18,447 stitches. So she has a total of 127,679 stitches. So I did crop this. So I cropped this row of pages on this side and this row of pages on this side. So I cropped 32,000 stitches off. So she works out at roughly about, so she was 400 by 400, but now she works out more like a 300 by 400. So I started this last April 2024. I think it was like the 3rd, and I finished her on the 5th of August. So what is that? So 15 months approximately, 16 months. Yeah, 16 months. And that wasn't even solid. Like, I didn't work on her every day. That was just, when did I decide? I think I decided like when season 2 was announced that it was going to be released in August. Was that like March time? That I said to myself, okay, yep, gonna get her done for then. Sara, Mrs. C Stitches, is also stitching that one, so that'll maybe give you the motivation to get working on her, Sara. Sometimes whenever I see a project, I know this is gonna sound awful, whenever I see a project that someone's working on, not that it puts me off it, but you kind of know it's nice to stitch something or you're stitching in another area that someone else hasn't got to, because it demotivates me. For example, we're going on a side quest now. Delicate Beings by Heaven and Earth Designs. I UFO'd it, and I only had 100 odd stitches put in, if even. And I UFO'd it to start. What did I use the fabric to start on? Maybe my Kieran and Bakaneko piece, or Bakaneko, I don't know how you pronounce that. Because I seen someone else stitching it and I thought, oh, A, that's got too many light stitches for me right now. And B, I'm like, okay, I've seen it. You know, it's sort of like that. But obviously there's a lot of pieces that I'm doing that other people are doing, but when you see them at different stages and stuff, I suppose that's where it's a bit different, where you start in a different place. So yeah. So my July wrap up. So my 2 weekly stitch count for the last 2 weeks, 23,643 stitches. So that is what I've done in the last 2 weeks. So July has been my best stitchy month. I suppose I've had a good few days off in July actually. So I've managed 34,415 stitches. I worked on a total of 15 projects. 3 of those were new starts. And I've stitched for a total of 28 days out of 31. So I wasn't even stitching every day in July. We were away visiting our friends, so that's probably those days that I didn't stitch. So that is all the stitching. So moving on to haul. I talked about, I think in my last video, that I got the Scary Sampler pattern by Heartstring Samplery, and I ordered the fabric and threads for 123 Stitch. So it has arrived. Probably not going to be able to see that. So this is a 20 count Ada by Fibre on a Whim in Cocoa. So yeah, that's pretty true. So that is that. And I'm going to do 1/1 on that one. And then I got all the called for. So Weeks Dye Works, I'm not taking them out. And Classic Color Works. And I think they're going to be lovely. Someone did comment on my last video to ask me, did I get charged any like import fees or anything like that? No, nothing. It came, I suppose maybe if you were ordering something bigger, the bigger package might push up the cost, but because this all fitted into like probably like a large letter size envelope, nope, straight through the letterbox, nothing like that. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to start it. Maybe next week. Yeah, I've got a half day this week, so maybe, I don't know, we'll see. And then I got some charts. So I've been toying with getting these charts for quite some time from Sunflower Stitches, and they have a 50% off sale. So I got the Furry Tales collection of charts. So that's 9 charts. And I got them and I love them. There is one cat who's like a black and white gangster cat. And I think a few of us, so I know that Kay Stitchy Pfeiffer has a black and white cat called Charlie, as well as Nina has a black and white cat called Charlie. So I'm trying to persuade them to maybe have a start along next year. There is one, it's a white, it looks like a Maine Coon cat in like a pink princess outfit, which, there's just so many I love. So anyway, got that. And this is what else I got. So this is what I was saying I needed to leave out. This wonderful bag is from Stuart. When I bought the Karen chart, whenever Stuart showed this fabric on his channel, it was a couple of weeks ago now maybe, I was like, that just screams Japanese themed fabric. So this is where she's living. perfect size for these number, I think these are number 2s. They fit perfectly into this bag. So yeah, that is just like a perfect little, I'll actually show you here. So it just fits perfectly. And then, so yeah, perfect size for those. So if anyone's got those, let me double check what size they are. I can't see, I'm sorry, but yeah, they're not the smallest one, they're not the biggest one, because these are the biggest ones. These are the big ones. So I think they're like maybe the second size, and then they're the big one. So anyhow, so that is everything. I feel like I didn't do very much stitching for like a large variety of projects, as much as I usually do, because I was focused on Wednesday. But when I see all that, I'm like, how did I get all that done in 2 weeks? So yeah, because obviously I had Wednesday and Cat done for Wednesday being released, that's why I wanted to work on one of my Wednesday patterns. There is another one I want to start, I really want to start. It's by Thread Geeks. It's got a lot of dark stitching, and I had a fabric that I have in my stash, but it's not gridded, and I'm like, I'm really not nervous, but I don't really enjoy doing full coverage on non-gridded fabric now. It sort of just stresses me out, because it's so much counting, you know. It's just, yeah, I'm just like, but I don't know. I'll actually put it on screen here and show you. Let me find it on my phone. Yeah, so it is by Thread Geeks. It's artwork by Claudia McKinney, so you'll be seeing what I'm looking at now. It's 468 by 351. So there is a lot of light stitching as well in it, but I don't know, I just like that there's a Nevermore sort of type castle in the background. Actually, talking about Nevermore, Stuart showed, let me see if I can find it, I should have been a bit more prepared here. Stuart showed, yeah, it's by Layla Studios, it's called Nevermore, and I really want to do that. I really want to do it now, because certainly, I don't know if anyone's watched the newest one, there is a little more reference to like Edgar Allan Poe in the latest season. So I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of ravens in this new part 1 season 2, so I don't know. Also, let me put that back on screen. Stuart, you can tell me, is there any fractionals in this? And I wonder what fabric I should do that on. Would anyone have any, I know that they, what does she, Feldspar by Picture This Plus, 40 count. I'm not doing it on 40 count. My stitches don't look great when I do 2/2 or whatever, so I'm either doing tiny stitching, as in 1/1 on a higher count, or like a 20 count 1/1 type thing. So yeah, let me know what you think would look nice on that. The model looks lovely, but whether I can get that, I'll maybe have to go into 1, 2, 3 stitch again. But anyhow, right, I'm offline now. I'm away to stitch on, I think I'm going to do, I don't know, I was doing Mary Mushroom Cottage this morning, so I'll maybe stick with it and I'll put on Wednesday again. I've watched it 3 full times now, onto my 4th. Yeah, and that's my little Wednesday candle. I actually got that for Halloween last year. It had some like crystals on top, but obviously I've burnt it now. So yeah, I thought that was quite nice, just sitting there, and yeah, I'll maybe burn it a bit later. But anyway, right, I will go. We'll see what progress I can make in the next 2 weeks. I was worried that I was going to lose my stitchy bug after just getting those stitches out. I thought, oh no, I'm not going to want to stitch anything else, but no, it's fine. It's given me a motivation to get some more progress in on my other projects. So I hope you all have a really good stitchy week, 2 weeks, sorry, and let me know what you've been working on, and any questions, anything else, leave them down below. But yeah, thank you all. And I want to say, everyone that commented on Instagram, thank you so much for your kind words. Yeah, sometimes I don't really know what to say, because I'm like, yeah, I stitched the thing, but I didn't make the artwork, so I feel like you can only take so much credit, you know. I'm like, oh yeah, she looks beautiful, but like I just followed the pattern, like, you know, I didn't like design it out of my head. So you feel a wee bit, oh yeah, I did it, I'm so proud, but at the same time you're like, there's only so much of me that I can, you know, I have to say that Stitch is so beautiful did the work in part. But anyhow, right, I'll catch you all in 2 weeks time. See ya, bye.